Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Rodent Reading Hour. I'm Hedgehog.
This is all her fault. I'm Viceman.
This is all my fault. I'm a YouTuber, and he's a semi-YouTuber, and we're both writers, and you can find our channels in the descriptions below.
Writers, that's the most
them.
important part.
Yeah.
Amateur, but still writers.
We're trying. And we read bad fan fiction on this podcast. I'm very excited.
Yes, and we're reading the bad fan fiction.
The bad fan fiction. Everything else will pale in comparison to this. We're going to peak in the first 3 episodes.
I'm legitimately a little concerned about that, yeah. That's like, we're
fine.
starting on the top of the mountain, Hedgehog. It's all downhill from here.
But see, that's how we do it, Mice Man. We hook them in with the big one, and then they go, what the fuck else? Where the fuck else can they go from here?
And it's nowhere. We can go nowhere.
We can go nowhere. But we're going to try, damn it.
Tell them what we're reading. They know from the title, but tell them anyway.
We're reading My Immortal. It is a very infamous Harry Potter fan fiction. I think it was eventually confirmed to be a troll fic. I think someone came out.
It's pretty unclear. I've watched quite a few documentaries about it, more than I'd like to admit.
Well, I thought somebody came out like a year or two ago and said that they were the author.
So the name of the person who wrote this is Tara Young, I believe.
Okay.
I might have the last name wrong. Forgive me.
No,
if
it's Gillespie.
Oh, Gillespie. Okay.
Tara Gillespie. Mm-hmm.
Tara Gillespie. And several people have come forward that claim to be Tara Gillespie, friends of Tara Gillespie, or related to her. So I'm guessing on my own intuition that this is satire, but we have never had it straight up confirmed, I'm afraid.
Very fair. So, it's
Special.
a time. I feel like we shouldn't explain too much and just start reading it and
let it speak for itself.
Let's let it speak for itself. We're just gonna rotate chapters back and forth. Mm-hmm. So I guess I'll start and then.
So yes, this is a Harry Potter fan fiction, to be clear.
Which, to be fair, half of the fan fictions we read on this podcast are gonna fucking be Harry Potter fan
or
fiction.
Sonic. The other half is Sonic, yeah.
Or Sonic. All right, chapter 1. Here we go. All right, author's note. Special fangs with a Z.
With a Z.
Get it? 'Cause I'm gothic. Also, I'm not gonna be able to say all of the spelling errors because there's so many of them.
Yeah,
so I'm just gonna read them.
If you're listening to this podcast, I'm sure you know this fan fiction and how terribly written it is. It's like someone vomited onto a page and that vomit happened to spell out words.
If you happen to be in front of a computer or anything, we'll put a link to where you can view the fanfic and you are welcome to follow along with us.
Some brave soul has archived it because it has been deleted.
Yes, it has been deleted multiple times, in fact. But yeah, so I probably will not talk about all of the spelling errors, so I'm just going to read it and you just have to assume that what is coming out of my mouth is what is exactly written on the page. All right.
We'll do it photonically.
Oh, yes. Special fangs, get it 'cause I'm gothic. To my GF, ew, not in that way. Raven, bloody tears, 666 for helping me with the story and spelling. You rock. Justin, you're the love of my depressing life. You rock too. MCR rocks! So, fun fact, I knew nothing about emo culture or emo music.
Is this even really emo culture?
It is. Yeah, MCR, Good Charlotte, all the big ones are here. Yep. But then again, keep in mind, this is kind of almost a parody of gothic emo culture. Mm-hmm. And it's weird coming back and reading this because now I know all of these bands and everything, and I actually am a big fan of the music at the very least.
Oh, are you gothic, Hedgehog?
I am not gothic. I do like the music, but I'm not in the subculture, as it were. But it's really funny because when I went to high school, there were still a couple of emo kids who dressed up just like this, but they were actually usually pretty cool.
Oh, so, well, we haven't gotten to the lengthy descriptions of what the characters are wearing yet.
We're about to get to it right now.
We haven't even gotten into the main story.
That's just the author's note, ladies and gentlemen. It goes downhill from here. Hi, I gotta do a voice for this. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name. Did you have that when you were born?
Wait, you haven't even finished the sentence yet. You gotta finish the sentence.
Anyway, with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Author's note, if you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here.
All right, end of first sentence.
End of first sentence. We don't have time to break all of this down.
Limpid tears.
Limpid tears stands out specifically.
And the absurd length of the name. How many names does one person need?
I don't know. Now, I remember looking up Amy Lee. I think she's the Evanescence singer. Let me double check.
Yeah, go ahead.
She is the lead singer for the band Evanescence, who have 2 good songs.
So think of her
damn
when
good
you
songs.
think of Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way, who has long ebony black hair. That's how she got her name.
Yes.
All right,
that's like her whole name.
That's right. That's the entire thing.
All right. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. Why? I have pale white
because that's
skin.
unattractive, and Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way cannot be unattractive.
But that's part of the reason I like vampires.
No.
Listen. I like the vampires, and the teeth are included in that. God damn it!
Not for Ebony. She's special.
Apparently not. Well, yeah, because she just is a vampire because they're cool, not because she actually utilizes it in any good way.
I don't think a single vampire bites a single person in this story.
No, there's just a lot of them hanging around, and they just are all depressed and shit. All right.
Oh, and they can go out in the sunlight. I never even thought of that.
Yeah. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it, and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. Keep in mind, all of this has been one paragraph?
Yeah, about half the paragraph has been devoted to describing what Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way is wearing.
But everything I've read so far has been one paragraph.
And we're not done yet.
We still have, 3 more sentences. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about.
Not because she's a vampire, just she doesn't like the sun.
She doesn't like the sun. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them.
End of first paragraph. The conflict between quote-unquote preps and gothics is the central, I guess you would say, conflict to the story?
I guess. I mean, as far as there is a conflict, I guess that's what it is.
Now, I'm sure you, avid listener, are wondering, what is the difference between a gothic and a prep? And the answer to that is easy. A prep is someone Ebony does not like.
Yes. A prep is someone that Ebony does not like for any arbitrary reason, but she immediately makes them into a straw man who is really dumb and stupid, and she makes all the goth people, pretty girls, and she makes all the goth people actually the pretty girls. Again, I just think it's so funny how much of a blatant misunderstanding this person has about emo gothic culture. It's really funny.
Do you mean not everyone in emo gothic culture spends 3 hours dressing up as a vampire?
No.
I mean, I know some do.
Some do.
Unlike Ebony, they put effort into it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, more so than anything, it's that, most people who are in that culture are in that culture because they don't really buy into the main kind of, I guess, mainstream culture in, you have to look a certain way and you have to, act a certain way. Most people who are fit into that subculture are literally the nicest people I have ever met in my life.
Sure. It's kind of like biker gangs and how they're normally pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. So she has a blatant misunderstanding of what it means to be in that culture. It's just really funny. Of course, this is from me, who isn't really a part of that culture either.
No,
but
neither
I'm
of
kind
us
of
are really gothic.
I've been on the fringes of it for many years. I do shop at Hot Topic occasionally. I listen to a lot of the same music, so you know. Anyway, Hey, what voice am I gonna give him?
Hey, Ebony.
Hey, Ebony. No, I gotta give him a pretty boy voice.
Yeah. He's the quintessential pretty boy.
Hey, Ebony.
Yeah, there we go.
Shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. What's so? This is one of the fanfics that codified the trope Draco in leather pants.
Yes, check it out on TV Tropes. But you will not come back for several hours after you go on that website.
It's a hole. It's a hole. You will get stuck in it forever. But it's part of the ongoing trend of making really mean, bad characters into good guys on the virtue that they're hot.
Yeah, you can see this in off the top of my head, Dio Brando from JoJo.
That
people
happens a lot.
People in fandom, just really any fandom that has a conventionally attractive male as the villain.
One of the most infamous is Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's one of I think he's on the page. I think he has a picture on the page. All right. What's up, Draco? I asked. Nothing, he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me and I had to go away.
And chapter 1.
That's the end of chapter 1. Nothing happened.
So 90%, well, that's not true. We learned what Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way looks like.
Oh, that great. I'm so glad we know exactly what she looks like.
So we talked about it for about 10 minutes. But yeah, all that happens in this chapter is Draco says hi to Ebony and then she leaves.
Author's note. Is it good? Please tell me, Fangs. That's the end.
That's the end. Chapter 2.
Go right ahead.
Author's note. Thanks to Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the chapter. BTW preps, stop flaming my story, okay? XXX.
No.
And then the break is a bunch of X's.
There's a 666 in the middle.
Yeah, there's a 666 in the middle, which did not happen in the previous breaks.
No, it did not.
The next day, I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again.
How does that happen?
So, yeah, and this is another core problem of many that is that is in My Immortal, which is a lot of detail is put in the stuff that doesn't matter.
It is called purple prose, I believe, is the term for it.
Like, in the very first chapter, we get, like, a giant paragraph on what Ebony looks like. And then in the very next chapter, all the description of what the weather outside looks like is it's snowing and raining, which doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. And then we get another paragraph of describing exactly what she's wearing.
Mm-hmm. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends.
I'm sorry. That's just so fucking silly.
Doesn't she say at some point she doesn't like pink?
Yeah, I think she does later on.
I got out of my coffin and took of my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears instead of her non-pierced ears.
Oh, yes.
And put my hair in a kind of messy bun. My friend, Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you, woke up then and grinned at me. She flipped her long waist-length raven black hair with black streaks and opened her 4 screen eyes.
That's pink streaks. She's got pink streaks.
I guess Willow does not have the same pseudo-hatred of pink that Ebony does.
She does not. She has identical hair, though, with just a different color of streaks.
Mm-hmm. Well, all Gothics look the same.
Oh, yeah. Clearly.
She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, fishnets, and pointy high-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, quote, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner, end quote. So
why are you describing exactly what makeup you put on? I think we can kind of gather.
We are so goddamn immersed in this story right now.
I know. Holy shit, dude.
2 whole paragraphs were spent on nothing but what the characters were wearing. And I'm not saying don't do that in your story, because it can work in the right context when it's important. But
when it's important for something, yeah.
And it's
what I usually tend to do is I try to take these 2 paragraphs of description and I sprinkle them throughout the rest of the story.
Yes.
So like
this is just a huge info dump.
Yeah. So, like, a lot of authors, when they're first trying this out, will, have the character look in a mirror and describe them, which is okay, I guess. But, like, usually what I do is, like, oh, yeah, the character is writing something. So I'll have them push their hair out of their eyes, and then I can conveniently use that moment to describe what color their hair is, or, et cetera, et cetera.
I tend to go the exact opposite route and very rarely describe my characters at all.
Fair enough.
Try to, that's my MO, because I always find it really... I wouldn't say difficult, but kind of vaguely annoying describing characters. And so
No, yeah.
I'll only sprinkle in the most important of details.
Well, and the stories you write as well are very, very much fit into that brand of really short horror fiction, which really doesn't need its main character to be described, because it might as well just be the reader. It might as well just be someone who they're seeing the world through their eyes. So it doesn't usually matter. It's not usually the point of those stories of who the main character is.
But however you do it, don't do it like this.
Please don't.
2 massive paragraphs at the very beginning of your chapter.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's get back
continue.
into it. Oh, sorry. Let me get in my Willow voice. OMFG! I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yeah, so, I said, blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out of the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall. No, I so fucking don't, I shouted. Yeah, right, she exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me. Hi.
Also, I just noticed something. Mm-hmm. So this is a really oddly pedantic thing, and I'm going to get on my high horse about it.
Give me all the pedantics.
So she mentioned earlier that it was snowing and raining outside, and yet the Slytherin common room is in the basement of Hogwarts. Oh, just dumping my lore on him. Ah!
Doesn't it have like a view of the lake or something? Maybe she looked up through the water.
Oh yeah, maybe she looked up through the water and saw that it was snowing somehow.
And raining.
Oh yeah, at the same time.
The elves in her dreams told her
there you go.
Snowing and raining.
There you go.
Like, she should have done it like this, like, establishing shot of Hogwarts. It was a cold, dark day. It was snowing, but wet snow. I don't know. Something, it doesn't have to be in first person.
A heavy sleet fell down upon the towers of Hogwarts.
Oh my god, is that what she's trying to say? It's sleeting?
Yes. She's trying to say that it's sleeting, and it's not working for her.
A heavy sleet coated everything. I don't know. Something...
It stuck to the windows and fogged up the glass, something like that, yeah.
Looking out the window of the Slytherin common room, Ebony could see the harsh sleet striking the lake's surface. I don't know.
They don't have any windows.
Description.
But yeah, it's description. Again, it's this is what people mean when they say show don't tell, because it's really weird advice and it's hard to understand what it's meant. That's what it means. Instead of saying it was snowing and raining, saying sleet fell upon the towered windows of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. It stuck to the
yeah. Sorry.
It stuck to the window panes and fogged up the glass. Yada yada.
How is this interacting with the world around it?
Exactly.
All right. So, Draco walked up.
Anyway,
Hi.
now funny ha-has again.
Hi, he said. Hi, I replied flirtily. Guess what? He said. What? I asked. Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. Oh my fucking god, I screamed. I love GC. They are my favorite band, besides MCR. Well, do you want to go with me? He asked. I gasped. End chapter. No chapter break.
Chapter. No chapter break, no author's note, it's just the end.
So
also, a Good Charlotte having a concert in Hogsmeade is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Why
Please,
is Good Charlotte a band of wizards, maybe?
Apparently they are in this world.
I don't think it's ever established what Good Charlotte is.
Good Charlotte is a real world band.
Yeah. But what they are in context.
Oh yeah, in the context of this world, yeah. No, it is never established if they are in fact wizards. If they are just the human equivalents of themselves in this world, playing in a
small
village of wizards
in Britain.
I don't know.
It doesn't, and this is spoilers, by the way. I'm gonna bring up spoilers. Doesn't Voldemort disguise himself as a Good Charlotte member at some point?
I never got that far. I don't know.
I swear to God, old Voldy, he described himself as some band member.
Probably.
Right. Yeah, right.
Probably.
But sorry, I'm interrupting our beautiful progression.
Chapter 3. Author's note, stop flamming da story, prebs, okay? Otherwise, thanks to the gothic people for the good reviews. Thanks again, Raven. Oh yeah, BTW, I don't own dis or the lyrics for Good Charlotte. Why does she always say D's instead of TH's?
Oh, sorry, that's not Charlotte, that's Charlotte.
Oh, sorry, Charlotte. There you go.
I'm sorry, what were you asking?
Why does she always use D's instead of TH's?
Because that's what the cool kids do.
Do they? I was never aware of that.
No, it's not what the cool kids do, but it's what Tara's disgusting cool mind. Do. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, listen, I was never a cool kid, but I don't think they did that.
You never talk like this?
No, I never did talking like this.
You just sound like vaguely, Jamaican, maybe?
I never did the talking like this, man.
Yeah, there we go. Maybe she's Jamaican and it's coming through.
Maybe she's Jamaican. Okay. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Okay, can I just say, as someone who has on occasion worn fishnets, if you rip them, they're not gonna fucking last very long.
They won't catch any fish either.
You're so dumb. Stop it. It's just dumb.
Chapter 3, third description of clothing in as many chapters. Description of clothing,
yes. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and front. I put on matching fishnet on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, even though I'm so fucking hot and I have all these clothes. And
that she doesn't say that.
Nothing could be wrong with my life at all.
After a little depressed then. Everything was
I'm a little depressed then. So I slit one of my wrists. I read it.
Hold on there. Let's pause for a moment.
let's put a little break on that action here.
We're gonna slip right by. So I slit one of my wrists.
Ha 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 ha.
Yes, this is another point of contention in the My Immortal fan community. She just self-harms, and it's not important in the story.
It's not important. I think it's another thing to make her seem cool. Because that's, like, something that cool kids do, is they're all depressed and, like, self-harm.
Yeah, very,
which is not true.
What's the show called where someone commits suicide? 10 Reasons Why? 15 Reasons Why?
13 Reasons Why.
13, yeah, that's it. 13 Reasons Why. I heard...
But that whole book is even about why suicide is not good and why it's everybody's fault and including hers, it's everyone's fault that she ended up, having to do this to herself.
Yeah, but I hear in the second season of the TV show, it gets very glorification.
Probably. I have never watched the TV show. I only listened to the audiobook because I really liked it because they had, two protagonists, so they had two voice actors doing it. It was really nice. So
I don't know. Just don't cut yourself. People.
Listen, guys, horizontal for show, vertical for results.
Yes, if you're gonna cut, if you need blood for a satanic sacrifice, don't cut your palms, morons.
Don't cut your palm.
Cut your wrist.
No, I'm kidding, guys. Please don't follow my advice. Don't do this. Listen, get some help. Please don't do this to yourself. It's bad, okay?
But if you do. Write a bad fan fiction about it, would you?
Yeah, absolutely. I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding, and I listened to some GC. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner, and tons is all in capitals.
All in caps.
Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway, even though you just did the last
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't she put on pale foundation last chapter?
Yeah, she just did. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car because he has one of those.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's similar to the Weasleys.
Oh, yeah, it's similar to the really old beater the Weasleys have.
That becomes sentient at some point, I think.
That's the Weeping Willow. No, it does kind of become sentient, I guess. Yeah, it does act on its own. I don't
or
know.
sapient, maybe. I don't know. Let's not get into the Harry Potter lore.
He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt. They would play at the show too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. Author's note, a lot fo cool boys were it okay. Also, can I just say, Simple Plan is not probably the best band to have him wear because on the emo rock spectrum, there's like the more poppy bands and there's the more heavy rock bands. And like Good Charlotte and MCR are way more on like the heavy rock side. Simple Plan is a very pop punk band.
Maybe that's why they opened with Simple Plan. Like, Simple Plan is like the opening act, so people
very fair,
can
but
adjust.
The way that she portrays Draco, Simple Plan is not a good band t-shirt for him to wear. I would recommend, if you want to even go a little more chill, I'd maybe recommend Evanescence. Lacuna Coil would be a decent band too, I guess. I don't know. Not Simple Plan, though.
I will take your word off for it. I don't know Simple Plan much.
To be all pedantic and shit.
We get a fun little dress-up scene with Draco, too. We get to hear everything he's wearing.
Yeah. I don't know why we care. Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Somehow.
Hi, Draco, exclamation point, I said in a depressed voice. Harry, did you put your name into the Goblet of Fire?
Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Dumbledore asked calmly.
Hi, Ebony, he said back. We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666.
Oh, that's so cool.
We're so cool. And flew to the place with the concert. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs.
Whoa, that's so cool.
You smoke drugs? Holy shit,
and
dude.
Cigarettes.
Aw, man. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car, even though we were doped up on drugs, so we would not have hopped.
Draco hopped out of the car, and I kind of vaguely stumbled out of it.
Yes. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. I don't know this particular Good Charlotte song, so I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, we got some lyrics here.
Which
you should always put into your fan fiction, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. And then right afterwards, say what she says. You come in cold, you're covered in blood. They're all so happy you've arrived. The doctor cuts your cord, hands you to your mom. She sets you free into this life, sang Joel. I don't own the lyrics to that song.
Why put it in then? Why? Why? This is the kind of stuff that makes me think that this is satire.
Oh, yeah. Well, there is no reason for these lyrics to be in here. You could just say we listen to Good Charlotte. Like, these lyrics don't have anything to do with the storyline. Like, there's no, like, meaningful reason. Like, it doesn't mean anything in particular to Ebony. Like,
yeah, she should have focused on the way the music made her feel. You know, the point of music, not the actual lyrics.
Yeah. I don't know. Joel is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice.
Wait, we're in a club?
Apparently now we're in a club.
I thought we were like outside, yeah.
It just says we hopped out of the car and we went to the mosh pit. It doesn't say they go into any building. I figured it was outside.
I guess not.
I guess not, though. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we marched to the music. Then I caught on. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said. Really? Asked Draco sensitively, and he put his arm around me, all protective. Really? I said. Besides, I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with Hillary fucking Duff. I fucking hate that little bitch. What's wrong with Hillary Duff,
Tara really has this vendetta against Hillary Duff, and Hillary Duff is not really the most preppy person I can think of.
She's not. She's, like, comparatively to most of the other people who kind of got started on the Disney Channel, she's, like, one of the most chill people. Like, she's, like, the only one who got out without, like, major scarage besides, like, Cole and Dylan Sprouse.
Like, go after, like, Miley Cyrus before her wrecking ball phase.
Come on. Fucking leave Hillary Duff alone.
She's fine, honestly.
I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. The night went on. I don't know why she hates her so much.
Hillary Duff stole Tara's candy bar once.
She took my candy when I was 3. I'm still upset, okay?
I went into a supermarket and Hillary Duff was there, and she had like 20 chocolate bars.
And I looked. She took all the chocolate bars I wanted.
She went to the cashier and she made her scan each chocolate bar individually to avoid electrical interference. I don't even think that's a word. And you know the rest.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. Way to speak for him. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and pictures with them. We got JC concert tees. Why did you include that? I mean, obviously you're gonna get concert tees.
Well, now
Come
we
on.
know she's actually interacting with the world, I guess.
I mean, more so about the concert tees. I was trying to make a joke that, like, obviously you're going to get the concert tee because you're going to the concert. But
I know, it's just a really
joke.
Pointless sentence.
It's pointless. Anyway, Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes
Oh,
Benz.
now the drugs are hitting them.
Oh, yeah. But Draco didn't go into Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into ... the Forbidden Forest.
Whoa!
Whoa!
He's really drugged out of his mind. He's about to run into a tree. He's
He's
not
gonna
be
run
driving.
right into the weeping fucking willow. Oh boy.
End chapter. Yes.
End chapter. What a chapter.
So
what a chapter.
This is the first chapter where something that is not clothing descriptions happen.
And it's still kind of shit.
And there are and there are still clothing descriptions, don't worry.
To be fair, what this story is not so much a story as it is a girl imagining her ideal Hogwarts trip.
This is the kind of stuff you're like, it's like midnight and you're like half asleep and you're like, man, what would it be like if I was in Hogwarts?
Literally,
and then you think of stuff and then you're like, I'm so glad no one's ever gonna know about this.
Yeah, literally. This is like the shit like I think of at midnight, like thinking about characters I'm gonna write about, and I go, oh, what if they have this cute scene where they're so cute and it's adorable? I'm like,
everyone's gonna hate this.
Hedgehog, you write horror fiction. You write fantasy horror fiction.
This is kind of a
write
horror
this
fan
down.
fiction, to be fair.
Fair enough.
It makes me feel fear, cosmic terror.
I feel like this story just is an eldritch abomination come to devour the world.
The new form of Nyarlathotep.
Oh, yeah.
Here to devour us.
I would not be surprised, honestly.
All right.
It seems like some shit he'd do.
Chapter 4, author's note. Misspellings. They're not too bad now, but they do get worse later on.
So there's this big thing where Tara has a fight with her best friend Raven, and Raven stops editing the stories for her.
So you'll notice there's a lot more typos in the author's note than there is in the story itself. This changes when she gets into the fight with Raven. Author's note. I said flaming, okay? Ebony's name is Anobi, spelled two different ways in the same sentence about how it's spelled.
Yes. That's the thing that makes me think it's a troll fic.
Mm-hmm. It's too perfect.
It's the same sentence, and she spells her own main character's name wrong, and then one time she calls Ebony Tara instead.
All right. Ebony's name is Anobi, Nut Mary Sue, okay? Draco is so in love with her that he is acting different. They knew each other before, okay?
You can barely read that sentence.
Felt like I was having a stroke.
Oh, yeah.
Sentence break with 666 again, which we have not seen in a while.
No, we have not. Draco!
I shouted. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Oh, you get the fun line. Oh, I'm pissed. I don't want to say that line.
Too bad. It's my chapter.
Oh.
Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car and he walked out of it. He was still hovering in the air, so he plummeted to the ground and died.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, I walked out of it too, curiously. What the fucking hell? I asked angrily. Ebony, he asked. What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close, and I looked into his gothic, spelled right, red eyes. He was wearing color contacts.
Wow.
Which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness that suddenly I didn't feel mad anymore.
Why would that not make you mad? I'd be scared.
If you go out to a forest with a guy.
Literally, okay, if this guy took me out, this is like literally date rape. Like, if a guy took me out to a concert and got me all high on drugs, and then instead of taking me home, took me into the fucking forest and then looked at me like that, I'd be fucking scared as shit.
Maybe Ebony is like stoned out of her mind right now, and that's why she doesn't realize what's going on.
Probably.
And then suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately. Wow, beautiful. That was really abrupt. He interrupted the sentence.
He fucking interrupted the sentence. He needed to kiss her so bad.
Draco climbed on top of me, and we started to make out keenly against the tree.
Keenly making out, even.
The drugs are gone. Ebony is fully in the situation. She feels
fine.
the bark.
Oh, yeah.
He took off my top, and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra.
Oh.
Then he put his thingy in my you-know-what. And we did it for the first time.
Oh my god, Vice Man.
Whew, I'm a little excited right now.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so horny, Vice Man.
What do I think? What's up?
Oh, I was just gonna say, what do you think they're doing? Do you think they're like I'm trying to be smart and clever and saying something that isn't sex. I'm
what's
failing.
No,
I mean, like, saying an action that, like, would resemble it, but isn't actually sex.
This is the gritting commentary you listen to when you follow this podcast.
Listen, this is why I have other people with me when I do things live, because I'm really, really bad at
so anyway,
jokes.
Yeah, they sexed, and it is not very well described.
No, we haven't said this yet, because the things we've read so far have been pretty PG. There's going to be a lot of shit in this podcast. It is definitely going to be not safe for work. Please bear that in mind.
We probably should have said that before we read the quote-unquote sex scene.
I can put a thing in the intro if we need to, if we think it'll be that big of an issue.
Go ahead.
But we're going to say lots of bad, naughty things.
Like, it's not going to be it's not something you would want your boss catching you reading, but you're also not going to be like, I'm so horny listening to this, because it's normally very badly written.
Yeah, this is something that you listen to in the car when you're stuck in traffic, just to give yourself something to make you even more upset with life.
I got these two morons reading terrible fanfiction.
I'm stuck in traffic for 45 minutes, and on top of that, I got these two fucking morons in my ear talking about sexing it up.
Yeah, but if you're gonna write, so on a more serious note, if you are gonna put sex into your story, and it's like, it really depends on if sex is the point of the story. Are you writing a pornographic novel or a porn, basically? Are you writing porn, or are you writing a story that has sex in it? Because that's definitely going to influence the way you write it.
And I have some things to say about this as someone who has... Step aside, Mice Man. You've never written about romance. As someone who's written about sex before.
Speak for yourself. I've written a sexy fan fiction or two in my time.
Oh, sorry. As someone who's written real fiction...
Oh, okay. No, go ahead, almighty one.
As someone who's written a couple of sex scenes before, the way I think about it, because I don't write porn or like romance novels. I just happen to write stuff that happens to have romance in them occasionally. The way I think about it is this. If the encounter is important to the character in some way, like if it's their first time or if it's somehow important to their relationship or the character development, include it. If it's not, don't include it.
Yes, it's like having a fade out in a movie versus actually showing it. That's what divides a movie and porn.
And furthermore, beyond that, since the encounter, if you follow my advice, since the encounter will be important to the character in some way, I tend to make it more about what the character's thinking and feeling versus what's actually happening. Just because I like to imagine sex scenes, but I know that not everybody does, and I know that I don't write stories that are about that, so I don't want to weird people out with it. So
yeah, if you're writing like a normal story, don't just throw sex scenes into it and like describe it in full, because you're just going to make everyone really uncomfortable.
Yep.
There's exceptions to this, obviously, but as a general rule of thumb.
Again, if it's important to the story in some way, that the act itself be described. Like if you're trying to write a really, really fucking dark scene where someone like gets raped or something like that, sure, maybe, but like...
Try to handle it with class.
Yeah, try to handle it with some class. Like, there's a fine line between a sex scene and porn, and...
Like, and if you are gonna write porn, try to focus on the specifics, you know? Try to get into how each character is feeling, the actions they're taking. I'm being serious here. Don't just say he put his thingy in my you-know-what.
We'll talk about this way more when we eventually inevitably read My Inner Life.
Yeah, that one has sex scenes in it.
That one has sex scenes, but the sex scenes are literally the same sex scene over and over and over and over again.
But yeah.
We can bring back the ding counter. We can bring back we can bring back the fucking ecstasy counter.
Oh yeah, how often the word ecstasy is used?
Yeah.
Oh, it's painful.
Anyway, we're getting off track, regardless.
So, final thoughts. For something as important as a character's first time having sex, try to use more than one sentence in some capacity.
Please, thank you.
Oh, I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. We started to kiss everywhere. And my pale body became all warm. And then... What the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was like 20 dots. Dumbledore! Whoa! Oh, sorry, not motherfuckers, motherfookers.
Motherfuckers. There's no C there. It's
no
just
C.
F-U-K.
So,
that's the most iconic line of this whole entire fanfiction.
Yeah, well, he had a headache, so...
He had a headache, so it was fine.
Terrible writing all around in this chapter.
Oh, beautiful. Chapter 5. Here we go. Author's note. Stop flaming. If you flam... What the fuck? If you flam...
I think that's a type of pudding.
I know, right? If you flam, it means you're a prep or a poser. The only reason Dumbledore swore is cause he had a headache, okay? And on top of that, he was mad at them for having sex. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good reviews.
I'm not nutting either, I'll tell you.
I'm certainly not nutting to this. More X's and X's with the 666 in the middle again.
This is the first time that 2 have been in a row.
Yes. Dumbledore made and Draco and I follow him. What the fuck? I think I just had a stroke.
That sentence is awful. I can't make heads or tails of it.
Okay. He kept shouting at us. This just goes to show what the inclusion of one word that isn't supposed to be there can do to a sentence.
Mm-hmm. Remove the word and this sentence makes perfect sense.
Totally fine. He kept shouting at us angrily. You ludicrous fools! He shouted, and ludicrous is spelled entirely wrong.
So Hedgehog said ludicrous, and that is the way you'd phonetically pronounce it, but it is not. Phonetically. Sorry, I'm the next Terra apparently. But yeah, it is not spelled correctly at all.
Not at all. I started to cry tears of blood on my pallid face. Draco comforted me. When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry. They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest! He yelled in a furious voice. I fucking love that line, too.
It's a good one.
And this one's good, too. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? Asked Professor McGonagall.
I'll give Tara credit. I think Professor McGonagall is in character for almost all of this story.
She is very in character. And then finally, how dare you? Demanded Professor Snape. And then Draco shrieked, because I love her!
So dumb.
Everyone is so concerned about this. Holy shit.
Yeah, everyone treats this way more important than it actually is.
Way more important than it is. And also, Draco is professing his love to her after they went out one time.
Well, they had
a concert,
the sex.
which they didn't interact in at all.
What do you mean? They got t-shirts together.
Sorry. They got t-shirts together. Apologies.
I mean,
it's very important for their character
This could be an interesting commentary on young love and how someone could think they're in love. Oh, who am I kidding?
Oh, yeah, no, never. No.
Because I love her.
Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said, "Fine, very well. You may go up to your rooms." And, he loves her, so everything's fine now. Don't worry about it.
The reason they're mad is not because they're having sex. Well, I mean, that's part of it. But because they're having sex in the Forbidden Forest where they could get, killed by giant spiders or something.
Yes. But because he loves her, it's totally fine now.
Yeah, I guess.
Doesn't matter.
Well, yes, okay. Hear me out. So, you know how the thing that protects Harry Potter from Voldemort is his mother's love.
Okay.
Maybe Draco's physical attraction that Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Raven away is what protects them from the giant spiders in the Forbidden Forest.
My Spin, I think you've thought more about this than Tara Gillespie did.
Tara's got a scar on her forehead and it's never talked about.
I know. All right. Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me gently. Yeah, I guess. I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels. When I came out... Oh, God, here we go. Draco was standing in front of the bathroom and he started to sing I Just Wanna Live by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there.
How do you get up there?
Hugged. I don't know. I don't know. Usually they're not allowed in. I mean, there's
the
magical devices that prevent
a slide. Yeah.
Yeah, they prevent people from going to the girls' dormitory, vice versa. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodbye, and he reluctantly went back into his room.
End chapter.
That's end chapter.
So yeah, you did say vice versa. That's not actually true. Girls can.
Oh, that's
get
right.
into...
The girls can go in the boys. What I forgot.
Yeah.
Forgive me, everyone. It's been a while since I've read Harry Potter.
Yeah, I can't believe
so
you don't
I'm a little
remember
rusty.
that very minor detail of Harry Potter that's mentioned once.
I'm a little rusty, you guys. Apologies. Alamisa's gonna murder me.
But yeah, I don't think that's what Tara was thinking when she wrote this chapter.
No.
All right. Chapter 6. Author's note. Get up, friends, okay?
I think we need to tell everyone what that word was. It was SHJT.
Not shut. I wouldn't update up till you give me good reviews.
This is how Dragon talks when he's tired.
This is my favorite part of this entire fanfiction, the author's notes. They're so good.
I know, right? I know. They're beautiful. All right.
The next day, I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black mini skirt that was all ripped around the end and a matching top with red skulls all around it and high-heeled boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings and 2 crosses in my ears. I spray painted my hair with purple.
Wow.
The concept of it. In the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal.
Okay, listen. That line, it's gotta be a troll,
It's
dude.
gold!
With
so
Count
good!
Chocula cereal, it's gotta be a troll. Come on.
That's a legitimately funny joke, and there's no attention drawn to it, which makes me think, yeah, this is a satire.
Yeah, it's gotta be, dude. It's gotta fucking be.
Because if
Holy
a
shit.
real, bad fanfiction author wrote that, they would put in, parentheses, get it? But
Yeah, or
know.
they wouldn't even be that clever in the first place, I don't think.
In the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk, and a glass of red blood. The blood in the cereal is white.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled over my top.
Oh, that's so gross, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's never coming out.
Nope.
Wait, what color is it? Oh, well, it's black. It might come out.
I guess. Let's see. What's the fabric? It's just a top with red skulls all over it. I guess it's already red.
Yeah,
so.
It's fine, probably.
Yeah, it's fine. Listen. Girls know how to get blood out of things, okay?
Mm-hmm. From all the murdering, right?
Yeah, all the murdering.
Yeah.
We do so much murdering.
I figured. Bastard! I shouted at Hedgehog angrily.
Yeah.
I regretted saying it when I looked up, because I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that it was going down his face, and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses, just like Draco's.
What do you mean anymore?
Because it's Harry. It's Harry Potter.
I know. But who the fuck needs him? You haven't even said it's Harry yet. What do you mean anymore?
Oh, it's a very clever hint to help you figure out that it's Harry Potter.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, forgive me as I rush through this 20th description of clothing.
God.
And now he was wearing red contact lenses, just like Draco's, and there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had a manly stumble on his chin.
A single stubble. It is
One.
a singular stubble.
It was manly, though.
Yeah.
He had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joel Madden, the inventor of football.
Joel Madden. I think this is the same Joel as, yes, Good Charlotte, the singer Good Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
He does not look that hot anymore, though, I gotta say.
Oh, come on. Cut him some slack. He looks just like Harry Potter, so I've heard.
Oh, just like Harry Potter. It's not like Harry Potter doesn't have a huge amount of facial hair, really big goatee, or really sticky outy ears or anything like that.
Sorry, but we gotta read this next sentence.
Okay.
He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him, kind of like an erection, only I'm a girl, so I didn't get one, you sicko.
Ebony, it's called being horny.
Getting directly addressing the audience for, I think, the first time.
I don't know, dude.
To call them perverts.
Oh, yeah.
She got...
Just to call us perverts.
So, yeah, kind of like an erection, but only she's a girl, so she didn't get one, you sicko. How dare you think that?
How dare you think she could get an erection?
I'm so sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's all right. What's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter, although most people call me Vampire these days. He grumbled.
I've already read this part 5 times, and it's still the fucking
He's
dumbest
not even
thing I've ever read.
He's not even the only vampire in Hogwarts.
I know, and yet they call him a vampire for some reason.
Why? I exclaimed, the moron I was. Because I love the taste of human blood, he giggled. Well, I am a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Yeah! I roared.
Can we just listen? This is not how you formulate dialogue. I exclaimed. He giggled. I confessed. He whimpered. I roared.
You don't need to use a different word every time.
Listen, there's a lot of people online who will tell you to stop using the word said. Don't fucking listen to them. Said is a perfectly acceptable word.
Like, try not to say it too often.
Well,
but
yeah.
It's okay.
It's perfectly serviceable, and what you need to do, more so than finding different words to say that they said something, you need to vary how the dialogue happens. So,
yeah, you don't have to actually say, if I can interrupt TikTok here for a second, you don't have to say, I said. You can say, yeah, he looked down shamefully, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, listen, like, we could say, okay, that's all right. What's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter, he grumbled, although most people call me vampire these days. Why? Because I love the taste of human blood. He looked down, embarrassed. I followed his gaze and tried to, I don't know, I can't write on the spot, but she says something, she does something, and then, well, I am a vampire.
Maybe she
giggles.
How you break it up. Well, oh, yeah, I'm a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Perfect. He said, surprised to see another of his kind. Yeah! I roared.
We gotta keep
the roar, yeah.
Gotta keep that.
Don't roar in normal conversation.
Please don't.
We sat down to talk for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. End chapter.
Beautiful. Wonderful, as always.
So, yeah, go ahead.
So now we have the start of the love triangle, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what every story needs is a love triangle.
I think
specifically where two guys are fighting over a girl.
As the great YouTube channel Bad Writing Advice once said, I think every story can benefit from a love triangle.
Literally, I was sick of them when I was 13. Come on, guys, get better. Listen, I will only accept a love triangle if a guy likes a girl and the girl likes another guy and the other guy likes the first guy. That is the only way I will accept it.
Ooh, subversive.
Yes.
I once read one, it was like in Shakespeare where there was a love triangle, but like everyone was disguised as like the opposite gender. And so it created this really strange dynamic.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
That works
story.
too.
Yes. Chapter 7, which has a title. It is not just chapter. It has
new.
A title.
Yeah.
Bringing Me to Life.
The 2 is the number 2.
Yes.
In case you were wondering why Hedgehog was so frustrated.
Yes. Author's note, well, okay, you guys, I'm only writing this because I got 5 God reviews. And BTW, I won't write the next chapter till I get 10 good vons. God vons! Stow flaming or I'll report you. Ebony isn't a Marie Sue, okay? She isn't perfect. She's a Satanist. And she has problems. She's depressed, for God's sake, that you're glorifying.
She's depressed, for God's sake.
That you're literally glorifying her being depressed.
I would know. I've gotten 5 God reviews, and he told me they're fine. It's fine.
Holy shit. Okay.
I think we should also acknowledge that while this paragraph break has the 666 among the X's as well, there's a Z thrown in there for no reason.
Oh my goodness. It's spicy.
Spicing it up, yeah.
Woo. Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails and red nail polish. What does that even mean? Rings?
No, it's she's got 5 tiny Satanists wrapped around her fingers, which are constantly singing. Yeah.
Okay, makes so much sense.
Sounds like some really fucked up, like, Voldemort thing. He's got, like, tiny people following around.
Hell yeah. Author's note. See, does that sound like a Maru Sue to you? Yes.
I don't see why having red Satanist rings and red nail polish would make her not a Mary Sue.
I don't know.
Wait, what the fuck?
What?
First sentence, Draco and I held our pale white hands, black nail polish. Very next sentence, red nail polish.
Yeah.
The red Satanists must have painted it.
They must have painted her nails again. God damn it. Those goddamn tiny Satanists. I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. Oh my god. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door because he totally doesn't have roommates like everyone at Hogwarts does.
He's very rich.
Oh, he's very rich. ... We started Frenching passionately and we took off each other's clothes.
No.
Sorry. I'm sorry. We started Frenching passively. I was wrong. Passively.
And they sort of like magnets. They sort of just bump into each other.
We started Frenching passively, and we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra, and he took off his pants. Also, can I just say, a black leather bra would be so fucking uncomfortable.
Like, I don't wear a bra, obviously, but that sounds awful.
The chafing! Ow! Anyway.
I don't know. I have nothing to say.
Okay. It sounded like you had something to say.
I was gonna, I don't know, maybe, her breasts perfectly work, so it, keeps the bra separated in a way that she doesn't chafe, but that doesn't really make sense.
Nope, that doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, Mice Man, you're wrong. You're incorrect.
My ignorance is showing.
You do not know
I'm sorry, I do not know bra dynamics,
you do not know bra dynamics. We went on the bed and started making out naked, and then he put his boy's thingy in mine. You have a boy's thingy?
Oh no, it's called... Never mind.
You might not want to finish that sentence.
No.
And we had sex! See, is that stupid? Yes. Oh, Draco!
Still no real description.
No real description. Oh, Draco! I screamed while getting an orgasm when all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody gothic writing, were the words, vampire.
Dun, dun, dun. Also, words for one word. The dots were part of the...
Oh, very important, yes. And they were on the tattoo. Yes,
yeah, they were on the tattoo.
Vampire. Yes, clearly. I was so angry. You bastard! I shouted angrily. She's very angry, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded, but I knew too much.
I knew too much.
No, you fucking idiot, I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway.
Ow,
way to be fucking homophobic. Jesus Christ.
That's
Holy
a
shit.
classic line.
Holy shit. I put on my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was
No,
too
I don't know
mad
what.
to
Tell
care.
me, Ebony.
Tell me, Ebony, what did he have? Was it a lollipop?
Probably like a bed sheet or something that he was carrying with him.
It's a really big bed sheet. Yes, of course.
Really big.
I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker! I yelled.
End chapter.
End chapter.
So there's a couple things to talk about in this chapter.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, homophobe. Despite the fact that she seems to fetishize gay men.
Yes, she really does. She makes all of her men bisexual. And I think she's straight, but I have no idea.
You would have to assume this is like a straight teenage girl.
One would think.
Read yaoi once.
I think she calls herself bisexual at some point, but never acts on it ever.
Ever.
And
I never really understood why she was upset. Because he had the word, like, okay, he was in a relationship with Vampire at one point, but he's clearly not anymore.
I think she thinks that he's currently in a relationship with Vampire because he still has the tattoo, but it's never adequately explained.
But it's like, if like a tattoo is there forever, I guess, unless you're a wizard, which they are. Why does Kiriko not get the tattoo removed with magic?
I don't know, but also, beyond that even, the word vampire doesn't necessarily mean a guy named Vampire.
Oh my god, what if he was like, Ebony, you don't understand. This is for you. You're a vampire.
You're a vampire and I love you.
And she's like, oh my god, you're right.
Holy shit, I'm so sorry. I totally misunderstood that whole thing. What'd you think it happened? I thought you were having sex with a guy.
Oh no, I'm not.
It was really hot.
No, I'm not into dudes.
Oh, really? I thought that would have been hot. Oh, shit.
Ebony, that's not very kind of you. I feel like you're trying to fetishize bisexual men. And no, this conversation never happens.
Never, ever happens. I wish it did, but no, it does not.
It's been really good.
It would have been good.
Chapter 8. Author's note. Stop flassing, okay? You hear me, Hedgehog? Stop it. Stop flossing.
I'm sorry. I can't stop flossing, Mice Man. I just can't stop.
No, not flossing. You can do that. It's flassing.
Oh, okay. So is flassing like the lame cousin of flossing?
Yeah.
Is it somehow even worse?
It's like with your toes.
Oh, I see. It's flossing, but specifically only with your toes. Mm-hmm. Got it.
To interpret that however you will, viewer.
I'm very concerned.
If you do, then you are a prep. Those are all letters. So it's the letter U, the letter R, the letter A. Then we got the XXXX's to break up the paragraphs again, but the 666 is off-center this time.
It is no longer in the middle.
And there's no Z.
No.
Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room, even though he was naked, and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think, Draco screamed, sadly. My friend Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understatedly.
So that name has an apostrophe after the B and before the Luddy. So she's Bloody Mary Smith.
Not Bloody Mary. She flipped her long waist length. Not waste as in a body part. Waste as in like toxic waste.
Or is it a waste of space? Like this whole story.
She flipped... No, go ahead.
I was just going, don't worry.
She flipped her long waist-length gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on, as everyone in this godforsaken castle does.
Wait. So I have a question. Okay, so is she wearing crimson contacts, or are her eyes crimson and she's wearing regular contacts over them?
The way the sentence is her eyes are crimson and she's wearing contacts.
Okay.
Maybe
that doesn't seem like how it should be.
No, but this is Hermione, horribly mangled. Horribly mangled. And Hermione does wear glasses, so doesn't she wear? She wears glasses, right? I'm pretty sure.
No, that's Harry Potter. Hermione doesn't wear glasses.
Oh, God, I'm losing it. Maybe I need to read Harry Potter.
Yeah, jeez, Mice Man.
Well, maybe she was wearing contact lenses the whole time in the movies, and we never noticed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on redundantly. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born.
Okay, listen, if you don't know, like, if you don't already know that this is Hermione, you're like, why are you suddenly talking about Hermione?
Mm-hmm. This is just out of nowhere because it's not stated that Bloody Mary is Hermione. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother, and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out her real last name is Smith and not Granger. Parentheses. Since she has converted to Satanism, she is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor.
Also, that's not how it works.
I'm pretty sure all Satanists are in Slytherin.
Okay, sorry.
J.K. Rowling tweeted that at some point or another.
Oh, yeah. Well, along with all of the other horrible things she has tweeted in the last fucking 2 years.
Just thrown in there, all Satanists are Slytherins. And it was like, okay, sure.
Uh-huh.
What is it that... Oh, sorry. What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snake demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him.
I don't remember demeaned being a verb.
I don't know. If someone demeaned me angrily, I'd feel pretty upset about it.
Fair enough.
Vampire! I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco! I shouted at him.
I thought you were dating Draco, not Vampire.
Oh wait, you're right. Wrong person.
Why?
No,
Why did she word it that way?
Vampire spilled blood on her once, so that means they're dating.
Oh, fuck! That means they're like soulmates or some shit.
No,
like
see,
that.
It's not talked about in this chapter, but it comes up about 30 chapters from now. That in the vampire world, spilling blood on someone is akin to proposing.
Oh, gotcha. I understand now.
Yeah, don't look that up. Trust me.
I trust you entirely, my friend.
Trust you with my life.
I hope I don't. That would end very badly.
Everyone gasped. I don't... Oh, right! I don't know...
And now it suddenly switches perspectives!
No indication why. I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire. I'm bi, and so is Ebony. Yeah, there it is. That's the one mention of her being bisexual, which it never comes up again.
Never, ever.
So we just transition to, I guess, Draco's point of view here?
I think it's him, yeah.
There's no indication that we switch to Draco. And
there's even less indication of Ebony of Tara switching perspectives than of me switching perspectives in my fanfiction.
Like, try to put in a paragraph break or something. Jesus.
I know.
I had went out with Vampire. I'm bi, and so is Ebony, for a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy motherfucker.
You added a mother in there. There was no mother in there.
I'm real mad at
You're
Brittany.
into it. Oh, shit.
We were just good friends now. Wrong time. What is it called? He said were instead of are. What is that called?
Yeah.
Wrong perspective. Wrong.
Why am I?
Why are we both blanking on this?
I don't know. We're writers, guys.
Wrong.
This is what we do.
He messed it up.
Tense.
He messed it up. Yes, wrong tense. Wrong tense. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. Parentheses. Haha. Like I would hang out with a prep.
You know, that would actually be really interesting to consider in this world where everyone is divided between preps and goths. Suddenly a friendship between a prep and a gothic person would be interesting.
You've written Romeo and Juliet. I'm sorry.
Ah, shit. That's already been done.
It's already been done.
Even that would be more interesting than this garbage.
But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard, I screamed, back in Ebony's perspective now.
Oh, yes.
No indication. I ran out of the room and into the Forbidden Forest where I had lost my virility to Draco, and then I started to bust into tears.
Oh, no wonder she's crying. She can't have sex anymore, ever.
And she's busting.
She's busting. She's busted a nut.
I busted a nut in the Forbidden Forest.
I mean, she does have a dick. She gets confirmed she has a dick.
Yeah, when Draco stuck his thingy into her thingy.
Yeah, stuck his thingy into mine.
So, Draco took her virility. He's a vampire, right? Wait, is he a vampire? Yeah, so maybe he's, I don't know, sucked out her blood. Can vampires do that to other vampires?
I have no idea. Depends on the canon, and we have no canon for these vampires, so I have no idea.
Right, end of chapter, by the way, if that wasn't clear.
Yes, and now we move on to chapter 9. Okay. Author's note. These author's notes
They're so good.
Make me
They're
sick
so
to my
good.
stomach. Stop flaming, okay? I didn't read all the books. This is from the movie, okay? So
That's
it's not my...
not books.
The books. It's the books.
Sorry, I was interrupting your flow there.
Wow. This is from the movie, okay? So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. Besides, I said he had a headache. And the reason Snap doesn't lick Harry now is because he's Christian and Vampire is a Satanist. MCR rocks!
Why is he still stuck on the Dumbledore swearing when that was like 5 chapters ago?
I assume that more people probably left comments about that chapter because it's one of the infamous chapters, so she had to say more shit about it.
I do like that Snap is a Christian.
Oh yeah, Snap is a Christian, and he doesn't lick Harry anymore.
I
which
would
is
hope
probably
so.
a good thing.
Yeah.
Probably a good thing. More X's and a 666, and now it's still not centered, but slightly more centered than it was last time.
It's moving back. It's moving back.
Yes, slowly. I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me.
Really in-depth on the character emotions there.
Oh, yeah, huh? I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then, all of a sudden, an horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie. Way to just give it away. And he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't Gothic. It was Voldemort!
So does that mean Voldemort is a prep in this universe?
Voldemort is the king of the preps.
She says, the king of the preps over here, she says has no nose twice. He really wants to make that clear.
Oh, absolutely. No! I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted, Imperious! And I couldn't run away. It's Imperio, I believe.
Oh, it's gonna get better. Don't worry.
Right now. Crookshanks! I shouted at him.
I threw Hermione's cat at him.
I threw a cat at him. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream because he's getting scratched in the face by this fucking cat.
That's another thing that makes me think this is satire. It's too perfect that the spell she says is Hermione's cat.
Oh, absolutely. It's dude, like, listen, this story is so fucking stupid, but there are some genuinely really funny bits in here that you feel like have to be written by someone who knew what they were doing.
I've seen animations.
There's too many coincidences.
Yeah, I've seen animations where it's like this happening and she like throws Crookshanks at him. So good.
Beautiful. I felt bad for him even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. Ebony, he yelled, thou must kill Vampire Potter. I thought about Vampire and his sexy eyes and his gothic black hair and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I love Joel Madden. I remember he does the football so well. I remembered that Draco had said I didn't understand. So I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up? Wow! It's not like they just said that.
She treats this like some huge revelation when it is so painfully obvious.
Plus, why does she have this revelation at this moment? Like, Draco isn't even being mentioned.
Well, if she hadn't figured out that they went out before, she would have no problems killing Vampire.
Okay, that's fair. That's understandable. No, Voldemort! I shouted back. Voldemort! Oh god, I forgot this happened!
Say it!
Hold on, I can't even hold myself. Voldemort gave me a gun! No,
wait,
please.
hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. Have you heard it? Why doesn't Harry Potter have a gun?
I have not, no.
What is it? It's gotta be...
Oh my god.
Hold on. Harry Potter gun. Copy. Pasta. Yeah, this is intriguing stuff. Alright.
Okay.
Why Harry Potter? Okay, this has been driving me crazy for 7 movies now, and I know you're gonna roll your eyes, but hear me out. Harry Potter should carry a 1911. Here's why. Think about how quickly the entire WWW3, that's the Wizarding World War III, would have ended if all of the good guys had simply armed up with some good old American hot lead. Basilisk, let's see how tough it is when you shoot it with a .470 Nitro Express. And it goes on like that. That's what this line makes me think of. That
beautiful,
stupid thing.
Beautiful. All right. Thou must, he yelled, for if thou dost not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. It's not like you've gone around talking about him constantly. Voldemort got it, dude. You're so retarded. Look on his face. I hath telekinesis, he answered cruelly.
That would not tell. She's probably thinking of telepathy here.
Yeah, she's thinking of telepathy because telekinesis is moving objects with your mind.
He picked me up and flailed me around like a doll.
Until I told him. And if thou doth not kill vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick.
Somehow.
And why does he need her to kill vampire? Why doesn't he fucking kill him himself?
Why does he need a broomstick? He never needs one in the books or the movies. It's so convoluted and dumb this way. This quote unquote central conflict.
All right. I was so scared and mad, and I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Draco came into the woods. Oh, he came into the woods, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Draco, I said, hi!
What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? Suddenly, everything's fine again. Hi, he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? Between Joel Madden and Gerard Way. I don't get it.
Between
a cross?
Joel Madden and Gerard Way?
No, I get what she's trying to say, because usually you'd say like a cross between these two people, but because she's a Satanist, it's like a pentagram.
I guess.
This is the dumbest fucking thing I have ever read in my life.
Is a pentagram equivalent to a cross for Satanists?
She thinks it is. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But she seems to think it is.
I mean, I get it.
But it's very wrong.
It's not clever.
All right. Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me. I expelled. That's
she
okay.
Vomited.
Yeah. Nothing about Voldemort. Don't worry about it. It's totally
I then
fine.
pulled out the Glock and shot him.
That's okay. He said, all depressed, and we went back into Hogwarts together, making out.
All right, so chapter 10, extra long one here today, folks.
I mean, they're always extra long.
If they're all extra long, are none of them extra long?
Yes.
Excuse me. Chapter 10, author's note. Stop it, you... I'm not saying that.
Don't say that naughty word.
Stop it,
She says a naughty word to call gay people.
A slur for gay people.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can figure out what. 3 letters. Stop it, you gay blank. If you do not like my story, then fuck off. Either P.S. or Pz. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle after all, and she and vampire are evil. That's why they move house, okay?
Oh god, you devolved into fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger by the end of that.
Felt like I was choking.
Uh-huh.
Another paragraph break with the X's in the 666. This time it is finally back in the center. I'm glad it made the journey safely. I was really sad about Vlardmort all day. I was even upset went to rehearsals. with my gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Rose 666.
That's what you named the parody of a gothic metal band.
This is the parody of a parody of
Fair
a parody.
enough. Of a parody.
I am the lead singer of it, and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR.
That's a weird mix of bands.
It's a weird mix. We all sort of just like bang our instruments.
Yeah.
The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron. Although we call him Diablo now. Sorry, go ahead.
It seemed like she didn't know Vampire. She didn't know Vampire until like 2 chapters ago. And she didn't know that Vampire and Draco knew each other until 1 chapter ago. So how are they all in a band?
Maybe they just formed this band right now.
Okay, sure.
Is Ron ever mentioned again?
I think once, maybe.
Although we called him Diablo now.
Although Diablo is the most badass fucking
Yeah,
name
that's
ever.
a pretty good name.
But not for Ron Weasley.
It's because of his red hair. Oh, wait, never mind. He has black hair now.
Yes.
With blue streaks in it. And Hargrid.
Okay.
For
I'm
some
not gonna
reason,
comment on that.
the groundskeeper is part of the band?
I don't know.
Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrists. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way you can kill a vampire is with a CROSS. There's no way I'm writing that. Or a steak. STEAK.
Steak. You just can't eat beef. It's
one of my favorite running gags with vampires.
Oh yeah, this very hard steak. Well, that's actually, they use that once. So there's a kid series called Bunnicula. I don't know if you ever read it.
I have not.
So it's the story about a rabbit who's a vampire, and the family dog and the cat have to try to get rid of it. So the cat, being all clever, reads a book on vampires and says, oh, well, you have to kill them with steaks. So he grabs a fucking steak, a beef steak, out of the freezer and tries to stab the bunny with it.
Does it work?
It does not work.
Or a steak. And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride.
I'm sorry. That's so fucking funny. The Corpse Bride is not depressing.
It has the word corpse in the title. It has to be depressing.
And it's by Tim Burton.
I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs and tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not.
Prove it.
That's really in the story. Those are words on the screen that I'm looking at right now.
Yes, they are words that he just said.
So everyone out there who thinks I, Mice Man, am a slut, I'm
not
really
a slut.
not.
You might think that, but he's really not.
We were singing a cover of Helena? Sorry.
It's Helena, and I believe it's an MCR song from their original album.
Is it gothic?
It is the MCR is weird. The other ironic thing about including MCR so much in the story is that the singer of MCR, Gerard Way, does not consider their band to be a gothic emo band at all. He considers them to be a more straightforward rock band.
Mm-hmm.
But their fan base vehemently denies that opinion of the singer of the band.
Separating the art from the artist, I guess.
Yeah, so he would hate this.
We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song, I suddenly burst into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice.
Oh.
What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily. And then I said, well, Voldemort came and... Now she's telling them.
Oh, dear.
Well, Voldemort came and the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry. But I don't want to kill him because...
I love how you're reading this. Oh, man, I got rain on my shoe earlier today, and it was really cold, and I walked to work with it.
Kind of vaguely annoyed.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't want to kill him because he's really nice, even if he did go out with Draco. Which is, they probably have AIDS, I guess.
Yeah.
But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. So I don't know what to do, man. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind a wall.
What?
Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you fucking poser muggle bitch? C, is that out of character?
Yes.
It's not terribly out of character.
He'd never call somebody a poser.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
got too much class for that.
He would call them a muggle, though.
He would call him a muggle, yes.
Even though she's not a muggle, I think.
No, she is not a muggle as far as I'm aware.
I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. He was crying.
He was definitely crying.
We practiced for one more hour.
And then just start practicing again.
Tears running down my cheeks. I played the guitar. And we sang Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Oh yeah, perfect.
What it should have been, instead of just we practiced for one more hour, I channeled the rage and sadness I felt in my heart into the song.
Hell
as
yeah.
I tried to express through the medium of music what words had failed me in. But no,
Hell
we
yeah.
practiced for one more hour.
Yes. Mm-hmm. If you had to have them continue practicing.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. No. Anyway.
Then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery. And I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache.
Okay, listen. It's gotta be a troll fic.
She knew he didn't have a headache because he has telekinesis.
Oh, yeah.
What have you done? He started to cry wisely.
Great.
I lapped his tears for his knowledge.
Oh, yeah?
See, that's basically nut slurring, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony, Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists, even though it's explicitly stated that he cannot die by slitting his wrists.
Yes, absolutely. And that is where we will end it for the evening.
What a cliffhanger.
What
Sorry,
a fucking cliffhanger.
viewers. But you're going to have to live with it.
I know, you're going to have to live with the fact that you will not know
Draco's
what
dead.
happens.
How do you think this will affect the plot, Hedgehog?
I think he'll come back to life in a chapter.
No, that's ridiculous. That sounds like bad
Never happen,
writing.
ever. I think what's gonna happen is that Ebony's gonna realize how much of a horrible fucking person she's been by driving her boyfriend away like this, and now she's going to strive to become a better person, and she's going to take on Voldemort with the help of all of her friends, and slowly they're going to realize that this gothic subculture they found themselves in is really fucking stupid, and they'll go back to being who they are as people instead of trying to imitate a trend.
Hedgehog, that is so stupid. I think we should get time travel involved instead.
Okay, fair enough. Let's do that. That's so much cooler. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone,
so
for
much
watching.
for joining us.
I don't know if anything of what we said is any more coherent than the story we read, but
yeah,
I hope it helped in some capacity. I think we gave out some solid advice.
Oh, I think we did, and I hope that us reading it makes it readable for some people, because I know for a fact Dragon could never read this story because he hates cringe, but if somebody else is making fun of it, then it's better.
It's better. You get to laugh with them.
Yes, and I will force him to listen to this with me when it comes out finally. So thank you guys all very much for listening. Again, if you want to transfer part 2, if you want to see what we're doing, if you want to follow either of us, I'm on YouTube as an extremely agitated hedgehog.
I'm also on YouTube in theory, and sometimes Twitch. Not really.
He
I've
tried.
been busy recently. Twitch is hard, but we won't get into that right now. So thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.